This is the story of an unexplained phenomenon that has baffled generations of onlookers and defied scientific explanation for over a century. Stop scrolling. It's time to explore the mystifying Marfa Lights. Set deep in the Chihuahuan desert of Texas, near the small, unassuming town of Marfa, a bizarre and ghostly phenomenon has been observed time and again. These glowing orbs, known simply as the Marfa Lights, appear somewhere near Route 67 on clear nights, twinkling unnervingly in the distance. And to this day, no one truly knows what they are. According to local lore, the first sighting dates back to 1883, when a startled cowboy named Robert Ellison noticed strange glowing lights appearing over the Mitchell Flats. Thinking they were campfires from hostile Apache tribes, he set out to investigate, only to find nothing. No flames, no human presence, and no explanation. Generations since have shared similar stories, witnessing lights that move unpredictably, sometimes floating, sometimes dancing, and often disappearing as abruptly as they appeared. Even today, hundreds of visitors flock to this desert spot every year, hoping to glimpse the mystery for themselves. The lights range in color from white to yellow to even red or blue, and behave in ways that defy all logical explanation. Cars or flashlights? Unlikely. Atmospheric reflections? That theory doesn't hold up either. So, what are they? Let's dive into the theories. Scientists have long debated the origins of these elusive lights. One popular explanation suggests they could be the result of a natural phenomenon called ignition of marsh gases. This idea posits that the flat, desert-like terrain might emit methane or hydrogen sulfide gases that ignite when exposed to certain environmental conditions. But skeptics point out a glaring issue with this theory. There aren't any marshes, wetlands, or water sources nearby to explain such gas emissions. The second most frequently cited explanation is that the lights are a mirage caused by layers of warm and cold air interacting in the desert atmosphere. This phenomenon, known as a fata morgana, can distort light and create floating images that appear very real to the human eye. But still, those who have seen the Marfa Lights in person insist that something about them feels eerily different, alive, even intentional. Witnesses claim that the orbs are not just stationary, they move with purpose, splitting apart, combining, and sometimes chasing after onlookers. An optical illusion cannot explain such behavior, or can it? Paranormal enthusiasts, of course, have their own theories. Some locals believe the lights are the spirits of restless Apache warriors. Legend has it this land was once the site of bloody territorial battles between the Apache and Spanish settlers. Perhaps these orbs are the ghosts of those who died defending their homeland, forever condemned to wander the desert plains. There's another spine-chilling suggestion. Could they be extraterrestrial in nature? After all, the Chihuahuan Desert is a remote, quiet, and barren land, an ideal setting for visitors from the cosmos. Some say the peculiar brightness and consistent reappearances of these lights are proof of UFO activity, leaving behind eerie remnants of alien technology. Others dismiss this as wild speculation. But could it truly be so far-fetched? And yet there remains one more theory, arguably the most unsettling of all. The Marfa Lights could be evidence of some phenomena we don't even have the capability to understand yet. Something beyond human comprehension. Mysterious forces of nature operating in dimensions we can barely imagine, leaving us mere mortals to speculate in wonder and fear. To add to the intrigue, several scientific expeditions have been conducted to try to solve the puzzle once and for all. In 2004, a detailed 2-year study by a physics and engineering department attempted to determine the most likely source of the lights. Using sophisticated instruments, they concluded that at least some lights could be attributed to car headlights reflecting off the atmospheric layers of heat. But let's look at the problem. The Marfa Lights were documented long before there were cars in Texas. How could headlights explain sightings in the 19th century, or even centuries beyond? Locals profoundly disagree with these pseudoscientific dismissals, often saying, if you haven't seen the lights up close and personal, you wouldn't understand. People describe the experience of seeing the Marfa Lights as chilling, unforgettable, and frequently baffling. There's no set formula for catching a glimpse. They could appear randomly in calm weather or stormy nights, near the horizon or directly ahead. And for every light skeptically dismissed as man-made, there are 2 more unexplainable incidents witnessed by wide-eyed onlookers. Visitors from as far as Europe and Asia appear at the so-called Marfa Lights viewing center, hoping to catch sight of the infamous orbs. Often, they come with cameras, yet very few manage to secure tangible evidence. It's as if the lights evade capture, fluid, ethereal, and deliberately mysterious. Could it truly be we still live in a world full of mysteries science cannot touch? Events that remind us there is far more we don't know about the universe. While some watch skeptically, brushing the lights off as nothing more than coincidence or imagination, others grant the Marfa phenomenon the credence of something sacred, something unordinary. So the next time you find yourself in the dark Chihuahuan desert of Texas, consider spending a night staring out at the empty plains near Route 67. Maybe, just maybe, you'll witness one of the greatest unsolved wonders of our Earth. What would you do if you saw the Marfa Lights? Would you believe in the spirits of warriors long gone, in the work of another world? Or perhaps you'd leave the desert, like others before you, with more questions than answers. Why does no one talk about this? The Marfa Lights defy reason, blur the lines between folklore and reality, and remain one of America's most enduring enigmas.